Ladies and gentlemen, please stand. Their Excellencies, the Right Honourable Dame Patsy Reddy, Governor-General of New Zealand, and Sir David Gascoigne.
Whakamanawati te toki atu, whakamanawati te rauorongo, o i whiwhia. O i whiwhia te tohu, o i rawea te tohu, o i ta maua te tohu, taumata rautia te tohu, haumi e, hui e, tāhiki e.
Tātou katoa, no mai haere mai rā ki te whare kāwana. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, warm greetings to you all. Welcome to Government House. I specifically acknowledge our kaumātua, Professor Piri Shasha, and our kuia, Te Ripawai Higgins. Tēnā kouroa. It is a pleasure for us to host this investiture ceremony for 11 honour recipients in the presence of their family and friends to recognise the contributions they have made to our country. The Governor-General has the authority and privilege, on behalf of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth, the Queen of New Zealand, to hold an investiture for her and to confer the honours to which each recipient is entitled. Ladies and gentlemen, as each one is honoured by the Governor-General, I invite you to join her in thanking and congratulating them for their service to our country. Mr. Ward Kamor will now summon the recipients and read a citation for each one.
Thank you, Your Excellency. To receive the insignia of a Companion of the New Zealand Order of Merit, Mr. Barry Thomas of Queenstown for services to tourism and business. A chartered accountant by trade, Barry Thomas founded a number of successful New Zealand businesses. He was a long-serving chairman of the board of Skyline Enterprises, overseeing Skyline's significant growth and its expansion throughout New Zealand and into Singapore, Canada and South Korea. He was a leader behind the development of the Skyline Luge and has helped expand the luge concept offshore. He established Mountain Scene, a tourist publication to promote the Southern Lakes region. He was instrumental in establishing the Queenstown and Christchurch casinos and their charitable trusts. He has been involved with the Tourism Industry Association New Zealand and the New Zealand Tourism Board. Mr. Thomas has been a board member of Christchurch International Airport, Queenstown Airport Corporation and the New Zealand Rugby Union Board. Your Excellency, to receive the insignia of an Officer of the New Zealand Order of Merit. Mrs. Christine Breers of Taumaranui for services to Māori and health. Christine Breers, along with two others, established the Māori Community Health Trust that became the Taumaranui Community Kōkiri Trust, an award-winning organisation of which she remains CEO. The Trust employs more than 100 staff, making it Taumaranui's largest employer, and offers a range of integrated services. Mrs. Breers has negotiated with tertiary institutes to provide trade training program opportunities for staff and community members. She is heavily involved in local iwi activities. She has provided representation on the National Hauora Coalition and represented Ngāti Maniapoto on the Piki Te Ora Partnership Advisory Board to Waikato District Health Board as a member of the Iwi Māori Council of Waikato District Health Board and on various health task forces. She was a founding member and chair of Toi Ora Primary Health Organisation. Dr. Gordon Hosking of Mangahai for services to conservation. Dr. Gordon Hosking has held positions with the Forest Research Institute Scion Forest Health Group and the Ministry of Forestry, as well as establishing his own technology company to advance environmentally acceptable quarantine treatments. He designed an Indigenous forest health assessment package. As a result of his investigation into the health of mainland Pohutukawa, a community-based project to rescue the tree was established, becoming the Project Crimson Trust. Mr. Hosking has planted thousands of trees at Project Crimson events and has contributed to the Trust's environmental education initiatives. He led operations for the Living Legends Conservation Project, which saw more than 170,000 native trees planted to commemorate the 2011 Rugby World Cup. Dr. Hosking helped establish Trees That Count, which encourages New Zealanders to mitigate climate change by planting native trees. Your Excellency, to receive the insignia of a member of the New Zealand Order of Merit, Ms. Marion Burns of Auckland for services to music. Marion Burns has been in primary school teaching for 32 years and is the music specialist at Marina View School. She's had a long involvement with the Auckland Primary Principals Association music festivals as a conductor. She has produced many school events, supported charitable causes, composed for the New Zealand film industry, mentored numerous students, and on occasion purchased instruments when a child's family could not afford them. She has worked with several Auckland orchestras, performed on a range of television shows, and toured with Highway of Legends, The Top Twins, and Opportunity. Ms. Burns composed the song Beautiful Soldier, which has been featured in many Anzac ceremonies. Mrs. Christine Hartstone of Raglan for services to equestrian sport. Christine Hartstone has been Secretary-Treasurer of the Te Uku branch of the Pony Club in Raglan, Treasurer and District Commissioner of the Hamilton Pony Club, and Treasurer of the Waikato Area Pony Clubs. She has been involved with Equestrian Sport New Zealand in the dressage and eventing disciplines. Since the mid-1980s, she has scored the New Zealand Pony Clubs Association's National Dressage, Horse Trials Championships and Timberland's team event. She is Event Secretary for the Kihikihi International Horse Trials and for Dressage New Zealand. Mrs. Hartstone coordinates resources for the volunteer group and competitors for the dressage section of the annual Horse of the Year show. Ms. Deborah Smith of Auckland for services to children and art. Deborah Smith is a respected photographer who has been involved in advocacy and advisory roles within the arts community. In 2008, she co-founded Cloud Workshop, which runs art workshops for bereaved children and those with life-threatening illnesses in their family. She has self-funded and run workshops 8 times a year, all free of charge. The workshops have provided a place of respite and a venue for discussion, while also encouraging children to express their ideas through imaginative visual arts projects. Ms. Smith has also given time to help teenage students with their art portfolios and assist them through difficult times. Mr. Royce Walls of Tianga for services to the horse racing industry. Joe Walls is chairman of the New Zealand Bloodstock and has made major contributions to New Zealand's thoroughbred industry. He established an internship program for young New Zealanders working in the sector. He was the senior auctioneer at Karaka Sales Complex in Auckland and has been an auctioneer at International Yearling Sales. He helped develop the National Yearling Sales to become a world-class event. He was involved in establishing incentive racing programs and horse race sponsorships, including the New Zealand Bloodstock Filly of the Year series, numerous Oaks and Guineas events, and the Karaka Million incentive races. Mr Walls was a director on the independent board of New Zealand Thoroughbred Racing. Your Excellency, to receive the insignia of an honorary member of the New Zealand Order of Merit. Mrs. Kumiko Duxfield of Auckland for services to the Japanese community. Kumiko Duxfield is the Secretary and former Vice President of the New Zealand-Japan Society of Auckland. She has organised a number of cultural initiatives, including a Japanese tea ceremony club, Japanese language classes for New Zealand, and the haiku and shoro competition. She established and continues to administer the biannual event Taste of Japan, which showcases Japanese culture to as many as 25,000 people. She founded the Haere Mai Taiko Group, the first Japanese drumming team in New Zealand. The Haere Mai Taiko Group were official entertainers for all Japan Games at the Rugby World Cup 2011 and performed at the World Masters Games in 2017. Your Excellency, to receive the Queen's Service Medal. Ms. Martine Abel-Williamson of Auckland for services to people with disabilities. Martine Abel-Williamson initially worked as a mental health counsellor and later held roles with the Royal New Zealand Foundation of the Blind. She worked in various roles for Manukau City Council and then Auckland Council. She is currently Treasurer of the World Blind Union. She is Regional UN Advocacy Network Coordinator of World Blind Union Asia Pacific, having previously been the organisation's Vice President and Women's Committee Chair. She has held governance roles with the Workbridge Council, the Guide Dog Society, Disability Connect and Independent Living Service. Ms. Abel-Williamson chairs Auckland Disability Law and is Vice President of Blind Citizens New Zealand. Mr. John Jackets of Kerikeri for services to music. John Jackets is Musical Director of the Bay of Islands Singers and directs an annual community carols event at the Turner Centre. He is director of the Kerikeri International Piano Competition, which he has taken from a national to an international biennial event. He has overseen the competition's development in all aspects, including website expansion, programming, master classes, public performances, and engaging the judges. He is a member and former chair of the Church Council at St James Anglican Church, Kerikeri, where he also trains and conducts the choir. Mr. Jackets headed fundraising drives for the re-roofing of the church. Mr. Tawha Funai for Atasi Laueshe of Auckland for services to the Pacific community. As a member of the Māngere Otahuhu Local Board, Tawha Funai Laueshe has advocated for maintaining and protecting local parks, reserves and sports fields and for arts and culture projects. He is chairman of the Pacific People's Advisory Council for Auckland Remand Prison, treasurer and an elder of the Māngere PIC Church, and an executive board member of the Māngere Cosmopolitan Club. He is an executive board member and club captain of the Aviation Golf Club and secretary of the Samoa New Zealand Golf Association. Mr. Laueshe is a Justice of the Peace and has volunteered with the Māngere Citizens Advice Bureau. Reverend Rere Āmanu Wihapi of Te Puke for services to Māori. Reverend Wihapi is a respected kaumātua leader and educator of te reo Māori and tikanga within his community. He is a member of Rangiuru Sports Club and currently serves as kaumātua and president. He has been a minister in charge of Te Puke Anglican Church and has been kaumātua and cultural advisor to Te Puke High School. He is a chairperson of Tapuika Iwi Kaumātua Council, a director and trustee of O Tūkawa Farm Trust, a trustee of Mangorewa Kaharoa Trust, and a trustee of Tūhourangi Marae. Your Excellency, the investiture is concluded.
An investiture ceremony is the most important event the Governor-General holds on behalf of Her Majesty, the Queen of New Zealand. It allows the Governor-General to recognise and thank an extraordinary group of people on behalf of all New Zealanders. By using their talents to make ours a better society, whether by service to their communities or by their leadership on diverse fields of endeavour or their commitment to excellence in their field of endeavour, our recipients have set a fine example to others, encouraging them in their own endeavours. To the recipients, it has been a privilege for us all to hear your stories and appreciate the qualities that have enabled you to serve others, achieve success, or make an outstanding contribution in your own field. In your own way, each of you has helped to make New Zealand a better place to live. In some cases, your influence and the positive impact of your work has extended beyond our shores. Your actions and the stories we have heard reflect the spirit of the words of Nelson Mandela, who said, "What counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived. It is what difference we have made to the lives of others that will determine the significance of the life we lead." Your contribution has enriched the cultural, social and economic fabric of Aotearoa, New Zealand. Please wear your insignia with pride, knowing that your communities appreciate and value the impact of your work and are inspired by your example. On behalf of the Queen of New Zealand and all New Zealanders, the Governor-General congratulates you on your achievements and thanks you for your service to our country. Kia ora tātou katoa. Ladies and gentlemen, before we conclude the formal part of today's ceremony, I invite you to stand and sing our national anthem in Māori and in English.